Good morning, students. Welcome to the GST and Customs Act class. In the last class of second unit, we have studied the administrative structure or administrative mechanism under GST Act. So, as under GST Act, the administrative setup or administrative mechanism was arranged in two stages. One is at the central government stage, and another one is at the concerned state government stage. Okay, so at the central level, Ministry of Finance and Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs will look after the functioning of the CGST and IGST, and at the state level, the Ministry of Finance of concerned state government will look after the functioning of the SGST or UTGST. Okay, now in this class, we try to learn what are the powers of officers under GST Act. So what are the powers, major powers of officers who are appointed as a part of the administrative mechanism, either by the central government or state governments. Okay, so the appointment of officers under CGST Act. The appointment of officers under CGST Act is done by the CBIC, that is the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. The board may appoint such persons as it may think fit to be officers under the Central Goods and Service Tax Act. So as per CGST Act, the CBIC may appoint officers who are fit to be officers under the CGST Act. So accordingly, 6 or 7 officers at various ranks were appointed by the CPSC, provided that the persons appointed as officers under the State Goods and Services Tax Act of a state shall be deemed to be appointed as officers under this Act for the purpose of Section 7 of this Act. That means the officers, whoever may be the officers appointed either by the state government or central government. That means the state and central government may appoint separate officers or may appoint the same person as officers for both central CGST and SGST. Therefore, the officers appointed by the central government may be deemed to be appointed as a SGST Act, or officers appointed under SGST Act may be considered as or deemed to be appointed as a CGST Act as per Section 7 of this Act. Next, without prejudice to the provisions of the subsection 1, the board may authorize a principal chief commissioner or chief commissioner of CGST or a principal commissioner or commissioner of CGST or an additional or joint or deputy assistant or assistant commissioner of CGST to appoint officers of CGST below the rank of assistant commissioners of CGST. That means apart from all the higher officials like principal commissioner or principal chief commissioner or the commissioner or additional commissioner or joint commissioner or deputy commissioner of CGST. Apart from these officers, other officers may also be appointed below assistant commissioner of CGST so as to properly implement the CGST Act or SGST Act. And in the same manner, the SGST Act, the state governments may also appoint officers. The government may appoint such persons as it may to be think fit to be officers under the State Goods and Service Tax Act. So, in the same manner as done by the central government, the state government may also appoint various officers to look after the functioning of SGST Act or UTGST Act, provided that the persons appointed as officers under the CGST Act shall be deemed to be appointed as officers under this Act for the purpose of Section 7 of this Act. So, the officers, whether they are appointed by the central government or state government, once they are appointed, they are deemed to be appointed as per the other Act. Suppose if they are appointed as per this CGST Act, they are deemed to be appointed as officers under SGST Act also. Suppose if they are appointed by the SGST Act, they are deemed to be appointed as a under CGST Act also. So like this, the Act will facilitate the mutual appointment. The commissioner shall have jurisdiction over the whole of the state. The special commissioner and an additional commissioner shall have jurisdiction over the whole of the state or where the state government so directs over any local area thereof, and all other officers shall, subject to such conditions as may be specified, have jurisdiction over the whole of the state or over such local areas as the state government may specify. So, as per their appointment, their jurisdiction, the commissioner shall have jurisdiction of whole state. That he is in charge of whole state. And the special commissioner and additional commissioners may have in charge of whole state or a part of the area. A part of the area may be allotted to them. It all depends upon the division of work or the nature of authority given by the commissioner. The commissioner will direct or commissioner will specify in notification that what is the jurisdiction of the additional commissioner or deputy commissioner or assistant commissioners. Okay, so they may be appointed for as a whole state in charges, or they may be their powers may be restricted to a particular area, local area of the state also. Okay. Next, powers of officers under CGST Act. Powers of officers under CGST Act. So, what are the important powers? Because unless the officers will have powers, innumerable powers, they cannot properly implement the Act. Therefore, they are given the powers to the extent of required as per the effective implementation of the GST Act or CGST Act or SGST Act. Because in absence of proper powers to the officers, it is very difficult to make the people to accept or to access or to follow the provisions of the said Act. Therefore, the CGST Act or SGST Act has given various powers to the officers, subject to such conditions and limitations as the board may impose. An officer of the Central Goods and Service Tax may exercise the powers and discharge the duties conferred or imposed on him under this Act. Okay, so based on the situation and the limitations, the board means CBIC, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. This board may impose an officer of the CGST may exercise his powers, and discharge the duties conferred or imposed on him under this act. That means the full powers has been given to the officers under this CGST act. An officer of Central CGST may exercise the powers and discharge the duties conferred or imposed under this act on any other officer of CGST who is subordinate to him. So the officers at a higher level or at higher hierarchy or at a high rank may exercise their powers and uh, discharge their duties on the subordinates, on the who is subordinate to him. That means they have powers not only on the traders or the suppliers, but also on the officers who are subordinate to them. So they can order the subordinates to the maximum extent. Next, the commissioner may, subject to such conditions and limitations as may be specified in this behalf by him, delegate its powers to any other officer subordinate to him. So as per the CGST Act or HGST Act, any officer may, subject to such conditions and limitations, he may be specified in this behalf by him. He can delegate his powers to any officer. He can delegate powers to any other officer so as to exercise in absence of the powers given under the CGST Act. That means they can delegate powers to the other officers also. Next, notwithstanding anything contained in this section, a first appellant authority shall not exercise the powers and discharge the duties conferred or imposed on an officer of CGST other than those specified in section 98 of this act. That means the first appellant authority, notwithstanding anything contained in this section, the first appellant authority shall not exercise the powers and discharge the duties conferred or imposed on an officer of CGST other than these.
సార్ మీ వాయిస్ రావటం లేదు సార్.
హలో, వాయిస్ వినిపిస్తుందా అన్న?
యా గుడ్ సార్, బాగా వినపడుతుంది సార్.
అదే కరెంట్ ఇక్కడ పవర్ పోయిందిలే, అందుకే కట్ అయిపోయింది మధ్యలో. మళ్ళీ హాట్స్పాట్ కనెక్ట్ చేసినాను. So, notwithstanding anything contained in this section, a first appellant authority shall not exercise the powers and discharge the duties conferred or imposed on an of CGST other than these specified in section 98 of this act. That means any officer during his discharging his duties, he can take any action, but the other persons, the other first appellant authorities may not question them unless and otherwise it is demanded by the Act, CG Act. Okay. So, what are the powers of the GST officers? What are the various powers of GST officers? So, in brief, the first type of powers are the power of inspection, search, and seizure. Of inspection, search, and seizure. That means the officers appointed under CGST Act or SGST Act are empowered to make inspections, to search the business houses, seize anything, any material or any business premises if the situation demands. Okay. So now let us see what is the meaning of inspection. Inspection. What is the meaning of inspection? Inspection means it is a softer provision than search to enable officers to access any place of business
That's
of a taxable person and also any place of business of a person engaged in transporting goods or who is an owner or an operator of a warehouse or godown. Proper officer not below the rank of Joint Commissioner is the appropriate authority to make inspection. Okay, so the GST officers not below the rank of Joint Commissioner, they have the power to inspect, seize, and inspect, search, and seize. So inspection, what do you mean by inspection? It is a softer provision than search to enable officers to access any place of business. To access any place of business of a taxable person, they can search or they can access, they can see and they can visit any place of business of a tax and also business of a person engaged, any place of business of a person engaged in transporting goods or who is an owner or an operator of a warehouse or godown. That means the officers can inspect the house or transportation house or godown or warehouse, any business of a, for that matter, any place of business, either godown or transportation house or warehouse or business house, any place may be inspected by the GST officer. Proper officer not below the rank of Joint Commissioner, but that the rank of the inspecting officer should not be less than Joint Commissioner. That means Commissioner or above Joint Commissioner rank holders can inspect any place of business. Next, search. They can search anything. So what is the meaning of search? The term search denotes an action of a government machinery to go look or examine carefully a place, area, person, object, etc. in order to find something concealed or for the purpose of discovering evidence of crime. So search means searching for the evidence or searching for the person or searching for the place or searching for the object, searching for the area, anything may be. They can search for anything. They may search for records, or they may search for place of evidence, or they may search for person, or they may search for objects. So the purpose of search is in order to find something concealed. So they have found something which is objectionable. Okay, something concealed, or for the purpose of discovering evidence of crime. That means they want to discover something as evidence of crime. The search of person or vehicle or premises, etc., can only be done under proper and valid authority of law. That means they can search anything, but subject to the validity of authority, of the law. Next, seizure. They can seize anything. They can seize anything if the situation demands. So what do you mean by seizure? Seizure is defined as the act of taking possession of property by an officer under legal process. So seizure is defined as the act of taking possession. Taking possession, they will take over the place, or take over the property. Possession of property by an officer under legal process. Okay, it generally implies taking possession forcibly, contrary to the wishes of the owner of the property, or who has the possession and who was unwilling. That means the seizure is always in force. The government, the owner of the asset, or owner of the property, or owner of the records, or owner of the books, may not agree to taken by the officers or government officers. Fully take over the asset or property or whatever it may be. So the GST officers will have power to seize any asset or any property or any records as an evidence illegal activity conducted by that particular person. Okay. Next, but for inspection, search, and seizure, they should have there should be some reason to believe. There should be some reason to believe there is something has happened. There should be some reason. Without reason, they cannot search, or they cannot seize, or they cannot inspect. There should be some reason. So the reason may be valid reason, or sometimes it may be wrong reason. But it is proved after consultation or after inquiry, whether it is true or not. So the reason to believe is suppressed any supply of goods or services. That means if a person, if a supplier of or a businessman suppressed any transaction of supply of goods, that means services. They can next, suppress the stock in hand. Submitted fake records regarding stock in hand. They have not shown the stock of goods. might not have. Next, claim of excess input tax credit. Claimed might have tax credit. What actually any of these means if anyone is doing business against the provisions of the GST law, either CGST or SGST or IGST or UTGST, then the business of the operation may go for inspection. And next, next power to make sample purchases. Power to make sample. They can make a sample purchase. Why? This taxable person. He is issuing wrong invoice or fake invoices, or is it transactions or a GST provision? They can make sample purchases, and take the invoice, and the invoice is legally valid or not. Is it as the provision made on CGST Act, GST Act? Therefore, to verify whether some uh, operating under the provisions of the Act. Next, inspection of goods movement. The other parts are having inspection of goods movement. Whatever the goods in transport, whatever the goods in transport, they can inspect the goods. The person in charge of conveyance, the person in charge of conveyance, carrying consignment of goods of value exceeding the amount as may be specified, as may be specified, to carry with him, to carry with him. As that means if any person or if any transporter or if any owner of a, a transport or conveyance, in charge of conveyance, is carrying the goods of value which is exceeding.
చెప్పయా హలో నాకు మామూలుగా అయితే 10 రూపాయలు మామూలుగా అది చూస్తే అంటే ఇది మా 30 రూపాయలు కర్మ వాళ్ళు కూడా చూస్తాం ముగ్గురం పదాములే అని పోతాను మళ్ళీ మీ భార్య ఎదురు ఇప్పుడే రాడు Continue.